Winning feels good, doesn't it? I'll answer the question. Wasn't rhetorical. It does. It feels really good. Welcome to a Victory Monday edition of the Bark Tank presented by Sugardale. Back at the home office. I'm Andrew Siciliano. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving a couple of days in advance. Thank you for joining us. After the Browns go to Vegas and they beat the Raiders. They beat the Raiders, and the game really wasn't in doubt that much in the fourth quarter, or for that matter, in the first quarter. The defense was dominant. Shedeur Sanders made enough throws. He's going to be the starting quarterback week 13 after Thanksgiving when we're back at Huntington Bank Field against the 49ers. Kevin Stefanski made that announcement on Monday afternoon. And there is a reason for hope and there is a reason for optimism. And when we opened the broadcast, Nathan and I and Gerard, I said that on Sunday afternoon. I'm like, there is a reason here for hope, and that's all any of us can ask for. A reason to look forward to the next game, a reason to believe that the team is heading in the right direction, and there have certainly been signs this year. What a rookie class. What a performance by the defense. And by the way, Dylan Sampson from that rookie class is set to join us on the Bark Tank coming up in a couple of minutes. But that game had all of those elements. It had a deep shot and exciting quarterback play from Shedeur Sanders. It had Quinshawn getting in the end zone twice. It had Dylan Sampson breaking a long 66-yard touchdown. It had Isaiah Bond getting deep for a 52-yard score. It had a special teams performance from Gage Larvidan, a 44-yard punt return that set up another Browns score. It had Andre Schmidt nailing a 53-yard field goal. And have I gotten to the defense yet? It had 10 sacks from a defense. It had Myles Garrett getting 3 in what seemed like a ho-hum 3-sack performance. But 2 of them came late when the team had a lead, and he can tee off, and that entire front 7 can tee off and get after the quarterback to protect a lead when you know the other team has to throw. What a great idea. What a great concept. And Myles Garrett now has 18 sacks. 18 of them, with 6 more games to go. 18, congratulations, Myles, is a new franchise record. Myles Garrett's old record, 16, he had done that twice. 18 is the new standard. He leads the NFL with 26 TFLs after 4 on Sunday, and he is well on his way to not only breaking the single-season record of 22.5, but to obliterating the single-season record of 22.5. I was having a conversation with someone on the field before the game, or right near the field, somebody that was sitting in the lower bowl, somebody that knows, and said, hey, Myles may break Derek Thomas's record today and the single-season sack record. I'm like, there's no way. He's like, no, he may get 8 today. I'm like, hey, dude, if he gets you 8, I will buy you dinner at any restaurant you name. It didn't happen, but 3's pretty good. 22.5 is going to go down. Write it down. Mark it down. He is the Defensive Player of the Year. It's utterly ridiculous what Myles Garrett is doing. You are going to tell your kids and your grandkids one day about the season that Myles Garrett had this year. It's that good. And there's still a third of the season to go. It's that good. He led the NFL with TFLs last year with 22. He already has 26. And you know that he's leading the league in sacks. Carson Schlesinger, 10 tackles. His third game with double-digit tackles this season. Leading the Browns with 89 tackles, leading all rookies in tackles around the NFL. Malik Collins, a career-high 2.5 sacks. He also recovered a fumble. Myles Garrett, 2 forced fumbles, by the way. One of them went into the arms of Malik Collins. I mean, what more can you say? Mason Graham played his best game. Everybody ate on that defense. And offensively, Shedeur Sanders brought an element that we have not seen this year, the ability to stretch the field. Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco both took deep shots for a litany of reasons, some of it protection, some of it wide receiver and quarterback not being on the same page. You can't relitigate the first 10 games of the season. There's no need. You can only look at this game. And in this game, Shedeur made a spectacular play. He got around Tyree Wilson when the Raiders brought pressure, and he uncorked a ball that will go down as a 52-yard reception to Isaiah Bond. But if you look at it, go look at the L-22. It went 55 yards in the air. Off balance, by the way, kind of a jump throw that went 55 yards. And the CBS cameras, Jonathan Siegel, that whole crew did an amazing job capturing Miles' reaction on the sideline. And Miles said afterwards, you're not going to see many guys make that throw. And then Dylan Sampson had the 66-yard, shot out of a cannon touchdown as well. You had the 39-yarder to Jerry Jeudy, obviously, trying to set up a block there at the end or trying to set up a move. That little hop step, Jeremy Chin came from behind and knocked the ball away. But there's another explosive where Shedeur was out of the pocket, kept his eyes downfield. With any rookie, you look for week-to-week improvement and progression. And that's what you saw with Shedeur Sanders. You did, right? You saw less of the drifting backwards, more of stepping up in the pocket. Right, you saw the ability to stretch the field. You saw some underneath throws as well. And that's all you ask for. Whether it's from Judkins or from Samson or from Schlesinger or from Graham or from Fannin or from Larvidan or from, I'm not going to call Andre Schmidt a rookie, but he's a first-year player, from any of the younger players, a week-by-week improvement and progression. And that's what you saw. With Shedeur, it is only a 2-week sample size, a week and a half sample size. And it's the right thing to have him start again moving forward. And I go back to what Jimmy Haslam said, what the owner of the Browns said during his training camp press conference, and I was standing right there. And he said, look, organizationally, considering the draft capital the team has next year, it is the right move to see both rookie quarterbacks play. Hate to see anyone lose their job due to injury, concussion, or otherwise. And it is good to hear that Dylan Gabriel is cleared concussion protocol. Gabriel got 6 starts. Now Shedeur is going to get a 2nd start. And what Jimmy said, you have to see both QBs play. It's logical. And so now Shedeur is going to get another start, and you hope to see that next step in improvement. Now, the flip side of that is the 49ers and Robert Saleh, they have a game and a half of tape. So the defense, obviously, and the 49ers will come to Huntington Bank Field prepared. It'll be the Niners' first trip to Cleveland since 2023, where Jake Moody missed that kick wide to the right, and the Browns were able to get a win and really get something going, momentum going in that 2023 playoff ride. But listen, everything is better. I've said this before on a Monday, on a Victory Monday. Everything is better in life. And on a holiday week, players get a well-deserved Monday off. You needed that. You could feel a different energy, and you needed that. I can sit here and read you all the stats about Miles. Dan Murphy, by the way, the great Murph in the Browns PR department, putting together not 1 but 2 fantastic pages of notes. Well done this week, Murph. I could tell you that no one has had 14 sacks in a 5-game span in the history of the National Football League, but Myles Garrett has now done that. I could tell you that no one has ever had 18 sacks in a team's first 11 games since the NFL started keeping track of sacks in 82, but Myles Garrett did that. I could tell you that the guy is utterly ridiculous. And when he's going, everybody is eating. Isaiah McGuire gets a sack. Cam Thomas gets a sack. Jerome Baker gets a half sack with Shelby. Mason Graham, I thought, should have gotten credit for a sack, but he did not. Entire defense played fantastic. And now got something to be thankful for heading into a game against the 49ers. I am thankful for this week's guest in the Bark Tank. So I believe this is the first time that Dylan Sampson has been in the Bark Tank since rookie mini camp. And so now he's back after he gets a touchdown to the Browns win a game in Vegas. Dylan Sampson, welcome back, man. How are you?
I'm good. Good off the win.
How good did that feel? How good did the flight home feel? How good's a Victory Monday feel?
Man, it feels amazing. Like, finally got a chance to get that first road win. You know, it would have been hell if we had to fly back 4 hours on a loss, you know? Nah, but Nah, it just felt good. Real team win.
So when did you know that you were gone? You ran a lot. People don't remember. You had orbit motion on that play. You started wide left.
Yes, I did. And to be honest, I told a lot of my teammates, I said, I was tired from the motion, you know. But, I mean, because Shedeur's eyes was downfield first. So, you know, he had another option on that play if he wanted to, you know. So I didn't know if he was going to throw me the ball. Then he turned and threw me the ball. And so, man, they set out great blocks. And all I had was that last safety right there. And he took a bad angle. I gave kind of like a stutter step. I ain't seen that much grass since college. Like, when I saw that grass, man, I knew it. Once I got through and I got in that open space, I was like, it's touchdown. I just had to make sure there wasn't no holding flags on the play.
What's that like when you're gone and you're thinking, all right, please no flags, please no flags. And at the same time, like, can you see up on the video board at all if anyone's behind you?
You can, but like I never really look, you know. I always choose to trust my speed, you know. I can kind of feel, you know, but looking up is just gonna make me slow down, you know. I'm thinking 100-meter dash to the back of the end zone.
And I would have to think for the entire offense. There was a similar play set up a couple of weeks ago in New York to Malachi. Not exactly the same play, I don't think, right? Because he wasn't in motion.
Not exactly,
similar.
But same screen type of idea. The one we did in New York was really like a real misdirection, tried to get everybody going the other way, you know. But very similar.
To hit one of those for the offense as a whole, I would have to think felt good.
Oh, yes, it did, especially at the time that it came in the game, you know, because I feel like we should have had just more points up, you know, throughout the game, you know, but the time we hit it probably couldn't have been better, you know. Just starting to create those explosive plays, you know. The explosive
you
plays
also had an explosive run. You had a 26-yard run. You sneak inside of Jack Conklin and get outside. Now, you kind of got hemmed into the sideline, but there was a point there where I'm thinking maybe you can cut back inside, and you could have taken that one.
Yeah. Realistically, what I feel like I should have did, I didn't feel like I needed to cut back. To be honest, I feel like I had enough speed. I should have just got the safety to stop his feet a little bit, and I had the angle. You know, I wish I had that one back, too, because that should have been a touchdown.
Okay, but a 26-yard run's also pretty good.
Yeah.
Cool. You heard the news about Shedeur. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. He's starting for this upcoming game. Yeah. I think just building off momentum, you know, letting him just giving him a chance, you know, to see where he goes, how he develops in these next couple games. You know, I'm excited for him. I'm excited for this offense.
Listen, you guys have a great rookie class, and that's been obviously well documented. That is the story of this season, is how well all of you, and Miles as well, let's not take away from him and the entire defense, but what you guys have done. So I'm going to ask this question, and in no way is it in any way a negative about Dylan. And I know with Shedeur sometimes it is hard to have a rational conversation. You see that. You have Twitter, you have Instagram. What has it been like? What was the energy like on the sideline, in the huddle, and for everyone collectively in Vegas?
Man, yeah, so like I don't want to separate it, but I think as a team, you know, and definitely everybody brings a different vibe. So Shedeur brings that, I mean, he, you know, different lifestyle than a lot of us, you know, just growing up and things like that. But the way he carries himself with a lot of confidence, you know, and it's in everything about his life, everything about his game, you know. So the way he goes about this game is kind of lighthearted in a sense, you know, like a lot of teammates said, he kind of seemed calm throughout the week. I just think that's a test of how he grew up and how he's raised, you know, and the different situation he puts in, you know. So he does kind of bring that just, I guess, playful mindset while also being serious at the same time, you know, to it. But as a team, I think it was just time for us to collectively just let loose, you know, just as an offense, you know, stop being uptight, you know, just good play, bad play. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going forward, you know.
Take me back to Wednesday. Joel Bitonio told this story to my friend and colleague Albert Breer for Sports Illustrated. Joel said that he was in there at 7 a.m. like he is every day to lift on Wednesday morning. and that Shedeur and a bunch of rookies, I'm assuming you were part of this as well. Tell me yes, maybe. We're in there doing like a walkthrough, just Shedeur and the younger guys. Were you part of that? Or?
I wasn't
Okay.
a part of that, but he was doing it with some of the receivers and some of the even some of the practice squad guys. But yes, he was in there doing the walkthrough.
Okay, so I mean that shows you the prep, and no one was suggesting there wasn't obviously a lot of prep, and then
yes,
that
definitely.
showed
Definitely.
when you got out there on Sunday. How about Harold Fannin? That dude doesn't go down.
Oh,
Like how many guys did it take to tackle him?
The whole team probably. I mean, yeah, Harold Fannin. That's a dude that I've we kind of grown close over these past couple weeks, man. Just kind of building a real connection, and I just respect him and the way he goes about his business. He's the type of person I just tell people like he's just good at football. Like there's no other way for me to describe it. Like he's physical. He's still one of the youngest rookies in the class, in our draft class. But, like, with everything that they are asking him to do, because he is playing a lot of different spots, a lot of different roles, like, the amount of snaps he plays a game, you never question the effort, you never question the want to, the physicality. Like, it doesn't matter how much we down. If somebody gonna fight, like I know Harold's gonna fight, and I respect that.
You see the yak too. I mean, it's ridiculous. And you're right. I mean, He's an up back. He's a tight end. He's got his hands down. He's lined up wide. He is all over the field, seemingly in a different spot on every single down. Last question about a guy on offense here. Have you guys given Gage grief for getting literally tripped by the punter?
He gave himself enough grief. We told him, just keep running to the sideline. If the punter don't want to make the tackle, you don't got to put too many moves on the punter. But
he was like chop, chop, and the guy's like, I'm going to trip you.
I know, yeah. I'm just glad he got that explosive return, man. Set us up.
44-yard return to set you guys up. All right, 2 more questions, I promise. Number 1, are you pounding the coaches that you want in on the Wildcat?
It's in my head, but I can do Wildcat. I can do it, but it's working right now, It's working. So, it's not, hey, if they want to give me I told them I could.
That works. And then on the defense, you ever been part of a team that had 10 sacks in a game?
It's crazy. Like this defense is amazing. The energy, the passion, the love they give, from the other side of the ball, man. I've never been a part of nothing like this. Like the way they play is, it makes you want to pick up your game, Definitely.
I get it. You see the video yet or you see the play when Ashton Genty tried to chip Miles, and he's just kind of like threw a chicken wing at him, and Miles got the sack?
Yes, I did see that play.
Yeah, you know that from practice, so you get it, right?
Yeah, you gotta come with you gotta put your whole body in the Miles, and it still might not work.
Exactly. Dylan, we appreciate you, man. Enjoy your Monday off. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you Sunday.
Oh, yes, happy Thanksgiving.
Against the 49ers.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Great to have Dylan Sampson on, and let's emphasize he's only 21 years old. Like, he didn't turn 21 until week 2 when he scored his first NFL touchdown, and then in week 12 he gets another one. Let's do What's Sizzlin', everybody, presented by Sugardale, as we go around the AFC North. The announcement on Monday from Zach Taylor that he anticipates, his word, not mine, that Joe Burrow is going to be back on Thanksgiving. The Bengals lost with Joe Flacco. They fell to the Patriots, a better team. Although Flacco made some plays, also threw pick 6, late to the sideline, late on an outcut, and bam, touchdown the other way. So Joe Burrow is going to come back on Thanksgiving night in Baltimore against a streaking Ravens team. But no Trey Hendrickson and no T. Higgins. They are already ruled out. You hope T. Higgins is okay. You saw that look on his face after hitting his head, and he left the game on Sunday. That was scary. There are many asking, and I'm one of them, why bring Joe Burrow back and risk injury at 3-8? But he is the face of the franchise, and how do you tell Joe Burrow, for whom I have an amazing amount of respect, and I'm sure you do as well, how do you tell Joe Burrow, like, no, we don't want to play you. We don't want to risk it. You go sit over there. That's not going to happen. Joe is back, and the Ravens are winning as well. So that is your late game. Sit by the fire after Thanksgiving dinner and let the tryptophan take over and fall asleep on the floor. And then there's Aaron Rodgers, who we don't know for certain, but Mike Tomlin certainly, and we'll know more on Tuesday, made it sound as if Rodgers would be back for the Week 13 game after missing the game and flipping the bird to the cameras as well at Soldier Field as the Steelers came close, but the Bears find a way to win against Mason Rudolph. So you think that Rodgers is back. The Steelers are in the late window on Sunday. They get the Bills. Bills have all kinds of extra rest. They had the mini bye after going down to Houston on Thursday, and they got beat up. So that's around the NFL. What's sizzling around the AFC North, rather, presented by Sugardale. I have plenty of people to thank, as this is our pre-Thanksgiving edition of this pod. First and foremost, thanks to you, the fan, the viewer, the listener, for sticking with us every Monday. There have been a lot of Mondays that are not easy shows to do. Clearly, everything is easier, as I said before, when you do win on Monday. Funny how that works. But thank you for hanging around and always being here as we try to tell it honestly, but be positive as well here after each and every Browns game. Thank you to Dylan Sampson. Thank you to the Browns PR staff for getting us these guests as well. The aforementioned Dan Murphy, obviously a huge part of that. Dom Page, PJB, Jordan White, and Victoria Guerra, who went above and beyond helping me out this Sunday in Vegas. Thank you, Victoria. Also want to thank Gabe Kalora, obviously, who produces this show, the great Gibbe, Nathan, Gerard, and our whole game day crew. And yeah, Bo too, even though Bo thinks I go to Erewhon every day, and I do not. If they had Sugardale, I would. That's going to do it. Happy holidays. See you next week after what hopefully is a win over the 49ers. My name is Andrew Siciliano. This is the Bark Tank.